I've been pondering on this, on how to bring this to the show because I guess it was yesterday or the day before last. I texted you and I asked you if you were a fan of a particular band, and your answer to me was absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I basically just said that figures, mainly because most of the time when I ask you if you're a fan of someone that I'm a fan of, you're not. I'm just used to that now.
I disagree, but go on.
So, anyways, your reasoning for that was because you said you had a major run-in
Yep.
with the lead singer of this band.
Yep.
And I've heard like that this seems to be a constant theme on with a lot of bands that we talk about. Sometimes we mention the bands, sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
So my first question is, are you contractually not able to say anything, even if we don't mention who the band is? Are you not able to say anything? And my other question is, does that always, like having a run-in with, like a bad run-in with a band, being a musician playing festivals, just playing shows in general.
Yeah.
Do you have any bands that you liked and were a fan of before, but then just like got a bad vibe from anyone in that band, and now you aren't a fan of their music? And what I mean by that is like Beartooth is your band right now. Like you're a big fan of Beartooth, but if you met the lead singer and he was a douchebag to you, would you not like Beartooth anymore?
No, I mean, I would still like their songs. It would be tough, but I would probably get over it. Those songs are really good.
You're a musician, right? Like that kind of trumps maybe a little run-in that you could have.
Well, not necessarily. Like I can't listen to, and I think we've talked about this before, but I can't listen to As Are They Dying, really. He's a fucking singer hired a hitman to kill his wife. Like I just,
yeah.
And I have met and worked. I have personally met and worked with one of the guys in the band, or was in the band. I don't know if he's in the band anymore. And I really liked him, but it was hard to detach him from that situation. Now, obviously, we didn't talk about it when I worked with him.
Yeah, right.
But I would imagine he didn't know that was happening. Yeah. You would like to assume that anyway. But it's hard for me to listen to that band, even though I got some fucking songs I like. Yeah, but I didn't. And I actually, you know what? I met that lead singer too. He was a nice guy. So, okay. So good question. So like I met that guy and he was a totally nice guy to me. Never would have assumed that he would try to kill his wife or have his wife killed. Not in a million years. And then there are other guys who I had preconceived notions about prior to meeting them, that they were douchebags and were totally nice guys. You know, the one that you're asking about, or you asked about, yeah, I mean, I can't really get into it. I mean, he was inappropriate. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Blatantly inappropriate and unapologetically inappropriate. How about that? And I just don't roll. I don't, that's not how I roll.
Okay. It sucks that you have so many like situations that you can't talk about, because
I really don't have that many. You just happen to name the bands that I've had run-ins with. I can name dozens of bands that I've met that were awesome and I had no run-in at all.
Yeah.
You're making it sound like I'm the problem.
Listen, there is a common denominator so far, and I haven't been able to hear the other side of the story. So I don't know. Could it be that Patrick Blair is the one to blame? I don't know.
Possibly.
You've been a good dude to me. So, that's kind of how I roll. If I don't care if you're an ass to, other people, you've been good to me. So.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah. So if I hired a hitman to kill my wife, you'd still be friends with me, is what you're saying?
Listen, I like your wife, so we may have an issue.
Okay, fair enough. Good to know. No, you just keep naming these people that I've had run-ins with. I don't. Who was the last one? I don't even remember. What are you talking about?
I don't. It was like a week or two ago.
No,
we mentioned one, and you literally. That's where the whole like contractually, obligated not to talk about or whatever thing came from. That's where the joke came from. But I can't
remember which one it was.
No, I don't. I'd have to go back and listen to the episode.
Contractually obligated. Let me think about this.
Yeah, that was the joke that we made in there.
Was it Buck Cherry?
Maybe.
Because I did have a run-in with that guy. He sucked.
I think I think that well no. So that I think that was a text message one because we were talking back and forth about it, and I asked you. You said I had a run-in with a band member that night because we were talking about that show, the Avenged Sevenfold show.
Oh yeah.
And you said you didn't want to talk about it, and I said, "Well, is it with the one person that I could imagine that it would be?" And you said, "Absolutely." So yes, of course, Buck Cherry was who I was talking
Josh
about.
Todd from Buck Cherry. Yes.
Yeah,
He was an
yeah.
asshole. He was a fucking asshole.
I could see that.
Also, his name is Josh Todd.
I don't. Okay.
Two first names.
Is that a thing? I've heard several.
I have two first names, and I'm an asshole. So
yeah, I guess I've heard that more than once though. Like in St. Louis, from several people, I've heard people say, like, make that a point to say two first names or three first names or something like that. Is that just a random thing, or is there something about that?
I don't know. My wife has two first names, or does now, but did before we got married. She's not an asshole,
right?
Oh.
Anyways, with this topic, is there any that you can think of, like any that you can talk, any run-ins that you've had that you can talk about? I know we mentioned, and I don't think we're stepping on any toes here because you like Chiodos was one that we had mentioned before, and we had said the band name.
We talked about that.
Yeah. Well, you didn't go into it. You just kind of said it was an interesting situation on their bus. That was basically as far as you went.
Yeah.
But I know we had mentioned the band, so that's what I'm wondering. I'm just wondering if there's any that you can think of off the top of your head that you can actually talk about, or would you not want to? Because, or can you mention any that you can get by without saying the name of the band?
Well, that makes it less fun, right?
Well, it does, but I mean, we're not really in the business of outing people either.
How are we outing them?
Well, what do you mean? How are we outing them?
Yeah, how are we doing that?
You're talking about telling a bad story about a specific person in a specific band.
Nah, it'll be fine. Hold on, I gotta find the guy's name because I don't remember his name.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you.
Okay.
So wait, what was the question? Can I say the name of the person?
Yeah. Is there like any run-ins? Well, I mean, any run-ins, good or like good stories or bad stories are the more fun ones, but good stories or bad stories that you've had that you would want to.
I mean, I have plenty of good ones. I would love to tell the good ones instead of just looking like I'm a fucking prick all the time. I would love to tell
well, listen, you told the story about what was it? The Sonny from POD about how you got roofied and you were in the bathroom.
I don't remember telling any. Yeah.
You told that story. You told the story about, what's his name? Aaron Lewis, where you were getting a tattoo.
Oh, I told that story too.
You told that story. Yeah.
On the podcast?
I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. If there's anything that I say that we maybe have talked about off the air and not on the air, let me know so I can edit it out.
I think maybe the Aaron, what's his name? Aaron Lewis one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like, anyway, I'll give you one. I want to talk about some good ones for fuck's sake, but here's a bad one. I had to look up the guy's name. Do you know who the band, or do you remember the band Boys Like Girls?
What was the song? I know the band. They were a poppy band.
Yeah, they were very pop punkish.
Yeah, like kind of like Alkaline Trio kind of.
No.
Don't
do that. Don't disrespect Alkaline Trio like that. Fuck, what is their big song? I don't know. Here, let me see. Let me go to YouTube. So anyway.
Well, here, I guarantee I probably got it on my phone because I'm pretty sure that I have.
You mean you bought music? No way.
How do you want me to answer that?
Honestly? No,
I didn't. The Great Escape.
Yeah, I don't even know what that song is, but yeah, that's the one I just found on YouTube. Anyway, so that band, that guy, Martin Johnson is his name. Yeah, man, he was just an asshole. He was an asshole to me at Warped Tour. I was just standing there with a group of guys, and he's like standing behind me. And the people in front of me who were facing me, who I was facing, I could tell that they were like looking behind me. And I felt like a presence behind me. And I turned around. I was like, one of those, like, Jesus, what are you doing there?
Right.
He was waiting for me to move out of his way. But he had like 6 feet on both sides of me just to go around me. One of those things. And he just stood there and looked at me. And I go, what's up, man? And he goes, you're in my way. Right. And I was just like, no, I'm not. You got plenty of room on both sides of me, bro. I'm not moving. And he just kind of shook his head and said something under his breath and kept walking. And one of the guys with me was like, hey, man, the fuck is your problem? I was like, we should probably let that one go. However, I probably should have just fought him because they like had like the #1 fucking song on like pop, rock radio at the time. Probably would have made some headlines. And
that would have been a great idea.
Yeah. I was a pussy. Didn't do anything about it. It's one of those moments too. And that's like when I talk about a lot of these in the moment, I don't say or do shit because I was just trying to fit in, meaning like I was in a band. We were trying to do things. I didn't want to ruffle feathers with anyone. So it was really just sort of like, you know, I was very hesitant to even talk to people, let alone start shit with people. So that's the situation.
You said this was on Warped Tour, right?
Yeah.
Did you travel with Warped Tour or did you just do a St. Louis date?
We did 2 weeks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. 2 weeks, 2 years in a row.
What does it take to get on Warped Tour?
What do you mean?
Like, how are you picked to be a band that tours with Warped Tour?
I mean, there are several different ways. I think it just kind of depends on the level of band you are. Like a band, like an unsigned band like we were in.
Yeah.
We had favors done for us, and we had to help set up shit and break down shit every day. And we also weren't guaranteed a spot.
Gotcha.
So,
huh.
Yeah, favors more than anything else. That's really it.
Okay. Was that Warped Tour or was that the other tour, Uproar Tour, where you had to do that video in the back and you had your glasses on?
That was Uproar.
That was Uproar. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. It just popped in my head that we had talked about that at one point.
That fucking still makes me cringe to this day.
It wasn't as bad as you think.
And I saw that douchebag on TV yesterday.
Oh, really?
Jose Mangan, the rock guy. Yeah, I saw him on TV. He was doing something. I don't remember what it was, but no, that was Uproar.
Okay.
That's where I ran into. I'm sorry. That's where I was introduced to Aaron Lewis.
Yeah.
He very, very, very quickly made me understand that we weren't going to be friends. So that was that. That's it. I met some dudes at that festival that were really cool. Fuck, what is that band called? It's gonna drive me nuts now. Name some butt rock bands, dude. Fuck, what is that band called? Son of a bitch.
I mean, do you remember what year that is?
Adelita's Way. Adelita's Way.
Okay.
Really
I'm a
cool
fan
dudes.
of Adelita's Way.
Really cool dudes. So yeah, I mean, there's been some. What are some other?
It would impresses me, and I don't know if this would impress you or not. I went and seen. This is very butt rockish too. We went down to the. It's in Poplar Bluff. What Black River Coliseum, I think is what it's called, and it was. So Theory of a Dead Man headlined.
Okay.
And then you had Alter Bridge, Blackstone Cherry, and Adelita's Way.
Okay.
And what impressed me was, I mean, I don't know how big Adelita's Way really was yet at the time, but I knew of them pretty well because of that first album they put out had quite a few, or had a couple of radio played songs. But anyways, the lead singer was standing outside with a box of CDs out back, like in the front as people were walking out. And you don't see that from bands.
Handing them out?
Like that went away quite a while back. But like to just be handing out CDs and signing them, it to me at the time, because this was maybe don't know, 7 years ago, something like that. Just to me at the time, it seemed like that kind of thing had gone away.
It
And
did,
for the
but
and
good
for
for
the
him.
and for the face, yeah, for the face of the band to be doing that still, doing the street work was pretty neat.
Yeah, that used to be our social media, dude.
Yeah.
Go to shows, stay outside, hand shit out. That was before the days of MySpace. Even that's what we did,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of miss that. It was a very genuine way to get to know people. And I met so many people doing it that I'm still friends with today. You know, that were doing
Mm-hmm.
the same thing. It was kind of like a community of people that was like you knew everyone. You knew people were going to be at the show. You knew they'd be standing outside. Some people it was competition. Others it was just like a fucking hangout. You know, definitely a hangout for me. We used to get crazy with it though, man. We used to carry around a boombox playing the song, trying to sell CDs, like. And I know that's not that creative, but we would. I think it was a little bit annoying, to be honest with you, looking back on it now. But
But
what can you do?
I mean, really, there wasn't anything else to do, right? Like, what could you do, like, really do to be creative and stand out?
I mean, it was guerrilla fucking beat the street marketing, dude. That's what you did.
Yeah.
And a lot of bands in the city got really fucking popular because of that, because
Really?
they had that reputation and because they were just good at it. Um, and then like MySpace came and like what was another website? Like Pure Volume was a website. STL Punk. STL Punk. I looked it up. I don't know why. Someone brought up Matt Amelung's name recently, and it made me try to find his old band Westcott's music. I can't find it online anywhere. It really bums me out because
Really?
I was actually just talking to someone yesterday about this. Like, I need to get that music because they were such good songs. But so
Do you know any of the other guys that were in that band?
Matt was really the only one that I stayed in touch with. I know those guys, so if I like saw them, I could say hello. But I didn't even see any of them at Matt's tribute or tribute show or whatever.
Oh, the guys that
Um,
played weren't original members?
no, they were.
Oh, okay.
They were. I just didn't see them at that show. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But and in fact, I probably have at least two of their numbers if they're still the same phone numbers. I could probably just text one of them and be like, "Hey." But anyway, when I was looking that up, I stumbled across this article about STL Punk, and it made me just reminisce of those days where they had like, if you were the number one band on STL Punk, it was a huge deal. Like if you made the top 10, it was a huge deal. And the article had a picture of like the front sort of landing page of STL Punk, and they had a thing called Band of the Second. And in this article, the Band of the Second was my band. It just made me laugh. Just made me fucking laugh. We
So
never made it to number one, dude.
where did do you like where did they get those? Was it based off of anything? Was it numbers from anything or
Popularity. It was
just
it was a
popularity?
popularity contest. Yeah. But I
Okay.
mean, a lot of the bands that were legitimately considered to be the top five, I mean, they were good bands. They were doing shit, you know. Um, so, but a lot of it was like popularity. I mean, they had like, if I'm remembering correctly, they had like a contest, like most popular guy, most popular girl on STL Punk. It was like how many people go to your anyway. The guy that always won it, what the fuck was his name? I can't remember his name, and I can't remember the band he was in. But he always looks cooler than you. Let's just put it that way. He made it a point to like. I don't think he ever. I think he just woke up with his hair done, his outfit picked out, like everything was premeditated, but it worked for him, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that made me so yeah, STL Punk, Pure Volume. I remember it was like a huge deal if you were the featured band on Pure Volume. And a couple of bands got signed because of that. I can't remember the names of the bands that did, but if I go back, if I think hard enough, I could. We don't have enough time for that, but
I wonder why we don't have things like that. Is instead of maybe being a website, maybe just being like a social media page or something like that. I wonder why we don't have things like that anymore.
What do you mean?
Like, you mean like STL Punk? Is that what you said it's called?
Yeah.
Like, do they have social media, or is that even a thing anymore?
Is STL Punk a thing anymore?
Yeah,
No.
it's not. So what
No,
I'm saying
but
is, like, I wonder why we don't have things like that in social media form now,
there
to where
are.
you have like Instagram pages or Twitter pages or whatever that show like St. Louis's top 10 bands, or something like that.
Well, I mean, that's subjective, right?
Well, it is, but it was back then too, right?
Yeah. But before there wasn't social media,
Okay.
I'm saying like you didn't have social media that back then to gauge just exactly how popular a band is. Now the band has a social media page. You can see, oh, they have 10,000 followers. Oh, they
Yeah.
have this amount of like. But I just started following a page. It's called 314 Punk.
Okay.
Actually, did they follow me first? Or I don't know. Either way, but it's just featuring bands, brands, artists, makers, and more in the punk community of St. Louis. So, I mean, they post some cool stuff. They like do show announcements and feature bands and all that good stuff. There are a lot of them out there. I like a lot of the stuff that I've had Rocky featured on. It hasn't been St. Louis based stuff. It's been other, I don't even know how they found me. I don't know how I found them necessarily, but
Like
like this
like
one,
out of state types.
yeah.
Okay.
Like this one that has been really cool to me is called Signal Chords. I don't even know where they're based out of. Rock, metal, punk, and more. Or something. I don't know where they're from.
I mean, it's cool that places like that out of state, no matter how big they are, it's cool that they're pulling from other cities.
Yeah, I mean, their thing is to feature unsigned artists or
Okay.
independent artists. I think a few times they've posted like a video of like a well-known band, but that's their thing. That's what they like to do. And you can find all these like Spotify playlists that do that as well. Fucking Spotify. I'm not even gonna go down that road. I was about to say something, but fuck it. Yeah, but so when we were talking about STL Punk, and it made me think of something. So on TikTok, I have a Rocky page, and I just started like following people, just to gain a few followers. I was just posting videos with 0 followers, and the algorithm really confuses me. But I made a video. It was a question and answer video. It was like, who are your favorite bands from St. Louis? And I just named all the ones I could in a minute that I like. And this fucking girl left me a comment like, hey, you're missing so many. And my kids say that half of those bands aren't even bands anymore. I was like, did you not listen to anything I said? Like, why do just fucking, I said, I'm only going to do this in a minute. There are many more that I want to, whatever I fucking said. So I commented back. I was like, okay, tell me who I missed and I'll do another video. Fuck.
Did she comment back?
No, of course not.
Man.
Still waiting. Wait, let me look. It's like, how do you? Sorry,
Holy
that's
cow.
loud. But how are things taken so out of context or just not for what they really are on fucking TikTok? I don't understand.
What was the point in the comment though? Like, right? Like, it's like she doesn't know you.
That's exactly why I'm bringing it up.
I know, but
I said no. She didn't. No, she didn't respond. It's confusing, man.
Yeah,
and the funny thing is that video right now has the most views on TikTok, and I actually made TikTok like videos when I did like the awkward conversation you have with that one uncle, or like things like those are TikTok videos. And the one that got the most views was where I named my favorite bands from my hometown. I don't get it. And that was when I had 0 followers, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's like 500 views. I don't get it. I don't understand the algorithm. I want someone to truly explain it to me.
Do you remember who you named?
Yeah. I mean, I said, maybe this is where I went wrong too, because I started it by saying you have to appreciate the biggest 5 from this, or in my opinion, the biggest 5, which is Story of the Year, Nelly, The Urge, Gravity Kills, and Chuck Berry. Like they just have to be your favorite from the city because they did so much to bring the city to the mainstream, right? Or bring the city into the mainstream. And then I mentioned Ludo and Saint Lunatics. And I said my favorite band of all time from St. Louis is Calico System. And then I just named a bunch like Inimical, Brook Royal, City Avenue, Discrepancies, City Avenue. Okay, not a band anymore. So what? Great band. Go find their music. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I named a bunch. I think a lot of the ones that I named later in the video definitely are not bands anymore. So I was kind of like going down memory lane by naming those. But fuck off. I don't fucking know.
I mean, I still think it's important to, regardless if their bands or not anymore, it's still important to name them if you think that they did something for the St. Louis scene at a certain time when
or maybe they just made good music. That's the whole fucking point anyway. I'm just talking about good music. That I maybe that's where I dug myself the hole is I talked about the fucking relevance of those big bands, but they are relevant. It's Story of the Year has a platinum record. Nelly has multiple platinum records. Chuck Berry's one of the most iconic artists of all time, right? Like it's kind of a no-brainer. I don't know. Who else did I say? The Urge. Like, come on.
The Urge, yeah.
Come on. No one sounded like The Urge when The Urge was hitting. No one sounded like that on mainstream radio.
Right.
Very few. Like I guess there was like Mighty Boss Tones and bands like that. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. I fucking love that band. But like, yeah, no one sounded like that.
You mentioned Gravity Kills. Were they? I mean, like, how big were they in St. Louis?
From what I remember, they're pretty big.
Because they were a big like Mississippi Nights type band, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
They haven't been a band for so long.
I might be spreading rumors. Hang on.
Why would they? So you said they were on the Astro World Festival.
I don't. Maybe that's not the festival I'm thinking of. They were on something happened, and okay, here we go. So this is from Gravity Kills Facebook page on November 6th. What's happened at the festival in Houston yesterday is beyond tragic. Our hearts go out to those who are injured and especially to the families of those who lost their lives. Please, people, take care of each other at the shows. It was horrifying to us when we would find out that anyone may have been injured at one of our shows. I don't know how this could have been avoided, but to any artist reading this, please be aware of what's happening at our shows.
I don't see Gravity Kills on this lineup. So okay. I think they're just simply commenting on what happened.
Maybe so. Okay.
The Who concert in Cincinnati.
But if they're not a band, why is it weird that they would post something like that?
No. Everyone fucking commented on that. The Who concert disaster occurred on December 3rd, 1979, when British rock band The Who performed at Riverfront Coliseum in Cincinnati, Ohio. A rush of concert goers outside the Coliseum's entry doors resulted in the deaths of 11 people. That got swept under the rug, huh?
Did it?
I don't know. I've never heard that story. You probably should have, but...
What year was that, did it say?
1979.
Holy cow.
Like I said, man, it's happened before. I don't know. Comparing the two again would be silly because it's two different time periods, it's just... I don't know. So we got Gravity Kills. Yeah, I think they were relevant enough to be considered one of the bigger bands from the city, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if there was a main reason why you had mentioned them or if it was just because of popularity.
Yeah, just that pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. That song Guilty was huge.
Yes, it was.
Huge.
Wasn't there another one that was big off of that album too? I've actually listened to Gravity Kills quite a bit here lately.
Sounds like 9 Inch Nails.
It does, doesn't it?
Huh?
I said it doesn't. Enough. That was the other one.
Yeah. So anyway, there are tons of bands that I didn't name that I should have, but hey, I tried to do it in a minute. Forgive me.
Well, the good news is you'll probably have people who will message you and tell you that you forgot their band.
You think so?
Probably. I don't know.
So far,
We'll
I
see.
haven't. So far, they don't care. Either way.
Either way. So, no more stories? Is that all you got for right now?
Have I told any good ones yet?
You're talking about?
There are just specific run-ins that I shouldn't really talk about because of the other people involved. I don't think they would want
Gotcha.
me to be talking about it.
Okay.
I think you know what I'm saying.
I do. I get it.
Okay. But there's something I'll fucking talk about. Sure. I met Crunchy Black from 3-6 Mafia. He was cool. Now, you made a fucking face just now. If you don't know who Crunchy Black is or who 3-6 Mafia is, I'm ending the podcast.
Well, I know 3-6 Mafia, but I didn't know the name originally. What'd you say his name was?
Crunchy Black.
Crunchy Black?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize if that insults you that I don't know who he is, but
he was cool.
Okay.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of good ones. I guess they're all bad, dude. I guess I'm an asshole. I don't know who. Fuck. I don't know. I'm trying to just think like.
I know that. Well, I know just maybe from like personally, maybe just personally talking that you've mentioned some really cool bands that you've gotten to hang out with. Like, didn't you say that Hollywood Undead was really cool? Aren't you friends with a couple of those guys?
Yeah, but they kind of partied. They were more like partying with us than.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I think there's a difference. Like, it wasn't like being cordial to be cordial. Like, they were trying to get fucked up.
Yeah.
And so were we. So, I mean, they were cool for the most part. I'm trying to remember. We didn't hang out with all of them. It was mainly. I don't know their names. I know they have weird white guy rapper names, but it was mainly one of the vocalists, the drummer, and the guitar player. But this is back when they had the old singer in the band.
Deuce.
I knew you would know his name. Yes. That guy. So the guy that replaced him, I actually played quite a few shows with back in the day.
Oh, okay.
The guy that sings for Hollywood Undead now used to be in a band called Lorraine Drive.
Okay.
We used to play shows with them quite a bit. They were cool guys, but again, much lesser known than Hollywood Undead. But
did you ever hear the story about Deuce leaving the band?
I tried not to because his name is Deuce. No, what's the story?
I don't know. I don't know for a for sure story. I just know I overheard someone talking about it at one point, saying that they beat the living piss out of him when they kicked him out, and that they kicked him out of the band. He didn't leave on his own.
That would not surprise me.
But then he did go on and make one album on his own after that.
He did. He was on the Uproar that I played.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember what the guy's name. He had a backup guy.
What?
Yeah, he's a big black guy. I can't think of what his name was though.
Why has he got to be black?
Because that was the color of his skin.
Oh.
There's no racism here.
Okay. Deuce, backup singer. Is he what was he, like an MC?
Yeah.
Why would I know who this person is, or would I not?
I didn't say you would.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a terrible Google search I just did. I'm giving up on that one.
Was that 2000?
It would have been 2012. Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay. I know Papa Roach was on it.
Lead Way, POD, Fozzy, Deuce, Red Light King, Mindset Evolution, In This Moment, 1,000-Foot Crutch.
I don't think Fozzy played.
Okay.
I know you don't care, but I don't think Fozzy played because I wanted to
Shine
see
Down. Godsmack. Maybe I didn't meet anybody else. No, it's not. None of those are ringing any bells. Oh well. Name for Papa Roach lost his voice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard their new music?
Yeah.
It's good. I can't think of another rock band that has adapted to the music industry as much as they have and as well as they have.
But also kept enough of their original sound too, right?
Um, sure.
Have you heard they did a song with Fever 333 or Jacoby did
I
that
have heard that.
Swerve. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
That's good. There's a few other singles that he's been doing here lately too with a few other bands, like a band called is it Core?
That I don't know.
Let's
I'm
see.
not as hip as you are.
Well, listen, that takes a lot. Have you listened to the Aesop record yet?
No, I still need to.
Man,
I'm bullshitting on that.
killing me, dude. Killing me.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't think of any other good ones. I guess I am just an asshole.
Well,
I've had a lot of weird run-ins, man. I guess I'm just bad luck. Like I did, so like
okay. So let me ask you this. You keep saying maybe you're just an asshole as a joke, and I get it, but if you were doing the same thing now, if you were in that band now, touring now, you think the run-ins would be the same?
no.
They'd be a lot different, right? Because everyone in these situations has matured as adults.
I would hope so. Yeah, I'm a dad now. I don't think I
Yeah,
would approach the situation the same. But I
right.
really honestly wasn't like in the moment, but even back when I was a punk shithead, fucking hood rat, I still in the moment didn't really do anything about anything. You know, I was still like I just wanted, like I said, I just wanted to not be a problem to anyone, you know? And I've seen other people not take that approach, and I've seen them be confrontational and loud and threaten people. And, you know, that's just, I'm not a tough guy either. So it's not like I'm going to, you know,
I wonder if that's just arrogance from thinking that they're bigger than they are, or if they think they're trying to prove a point or trying to make their presence known or something. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. These are also what with me, these are just quick interactions. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
like sitting down with these people and eating dinner and, you know, it's just that, you know, man, I'm really pissed that I can't think of it. It's like another bad one. So your original question, like one of my favorite bands is Alexis on Fire. I'm sure you don't know who that is, but
I know the name.
um, their fucking singer was an asshole to me, and it's bummed me out. It sucked. It bummed me out. Still like the band, but he didn't have a good reason to be a shithead to me. But I, as a singer, I understand why he did what he did. So I didn't really take it that personally. That's all I'm going to say about that. Um, but and again, I was with someone else at the time who was in a band. One of the bands I mentioned in my video, actually. And he was also one of the people that the singer said something to besides myself, and he didn't take it so well. So again, I don't know. It's one of those things. So that was a bummer. You know, I wish I had met Sonny from POD under different circumstances. That's for sure. And I did meet him again because we played with him years later, and I didn't say anything. You know, I should have.
Yeah.
I should just be like, "Hey, man, let me tell you this story." I don't know if he would have found it funny or not. But again, he was cool.
You're
But
probably not the only guy that he's seen roofied in a bathroom.
you sure?
No, I just know he does a lot of touring. So I figured the chances
Good
are.
point. But I don't think he's hanging around dudes that would ever get roofied. Just a guess. Just a
Are you
guess.
are you an Ice Nine Kills fan?
No, but I can appreciate them because they
Did I
really.
did I send you that picture from Pops the other night?
You didn't send it to me, but I saw it. They sold that
Dude,
bitch out, right?
yeah, they did.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, they're huge.
Man, when you walk into Pops, it does not look like you can hold as many people in there as you can, right?
Have you ever been there for a sold out show?
One,
Which one was it?
the local show, the Brook Royal headlined. Oh, you gotta know what I'm talking about. Inimical was on it. Common Jones, City of Parks, Scrub, and Ace High. This is quite a few years back. Hang on, I've
Yeah,
got
yeah,
February. I've got a poster in here. February 3rd.
Was that called a sellout, a sold out show?
They called it a sold out show.
Okay. Well, okay. So I mean, that's really the only one.
I think so. Yeah.
So I remember when we were talking about shows that I remember going to, like favorite shows. I didn't mention one, but I did see Papa Roach there. Um, right as Love Hate Tragedy came out.
Oh wow.
And that place was, there were people standing on top of the bar. That's how crowded it was.
Holy cow.
People were being launched through the air from the back by the bar. It was hard to really tell where they were coming from. Like
Wow.
it was that crowded. Um, like the girl I was with at the time, she was standing on top of a table, and at some point, she just got knocked off there. That's it was fucking crazy.
I guess maybe me saying that too.
That's when you go, oh, I didn't realize this many people could fit in here. But I also think they broke capacity rules for sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Maybe I think that too, because a lot of the shows that I've been to, they are not using that second stage part. So maybe that makes it look a little smaller in there.
Yeah.
They do section off some of it.
Wait, what?
Isn't there two stages there at Pops?
Yeah.
So a lot of time, like most of the time, they don't use that second part of the stage, right?
Right.
And a lot of times they section off like the bar part if it's not going to be like a massive crowd.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant for like sold out shows. I was like, what?
Oh, no.
And I've heard the stories. I didn't get to go, and I really I'm always going to regret, because I had the opportunity and I didn't. But when Slipknot played there, I mean, the stories people tell me is like the fucking balcony was going to collapse. That's how crowded and insane it was in there.
Well, didn't Corey Taylor solo sell out really fast too? I think his show was sold out just like a few months ago.
At Pops, I didn't even know he was there.
Yeah.
I didn't know. What's another one? I saw fucking As I Lay Dying there, and it was fucking crazy. Long before he hired a hitman.
Isn't that the last place that Beartooth played in St. Louis? Didn't they play Pops?
Yes.
Thought so.
That was a long time ago though, man. That was like
a couple years.
2015, 2016, maybe 2017.
No, it had to have been sooner than that. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I didn't go. If they ever come back, I will. So yeah, I mean, there have definitely been more people in there than there should have been for a lot of shows. There've been some legendary fucking shows there, man. I mean,
you said that back when you guys were doing like the Road to Pointfest and stuff like that shows, you said that you used to pack out those places a lot more than they are now. Like anything close to selling out anything?
Yeah, I mean,
Road to Pointfest shows got close to selling out Pops. Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing. Like close to selling out. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'll say this: there were easily 500 people in the room. Yes.
Okay.
Easily. And I mean, if you go to them now, I don't think there's anything close to that. I mean, I haven't been in so long. I don't know, but
I've been to some where there was maybe 70.
Yeah. No, maybe. I mean, they used to it used to be a different thing, dude.
Yeah.
It used to be a different thing. No, you know what?
I wonder why the effort isn't there to make it that again.
Is there a local show?
Well, no.
I was just talking to somebody. I was getting tattooed on Tuesday, and we were talking about that. Talking about what happened? Why? What happened? You know, he didn't have an explanation, but he thinks it's fucking why. And that was his point. He goes, I don't even know why there's a fucking local stage at Pointfest anymore. Why have a Road to Pointfest if you don't even have a local show on your rock station?
Right.
Good point. I mean, I still think it's good to have the local stage. Please keep doing it, so those bands can have a stage to play on and get in front of people. But
I don't think they have the time anymore, but I'm sure I know where you were getting tattooed at. And it would be cool if they could get involved.
It actually isn't where you think.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay. Well, where I think would be cool if they got involved. And I think they could make it what it used to be.
How so?
Just getting more people involved. And even if they were like considered a sponsor of the local stage or something like that, I think that they could make it a lot bigger than it used to, like what it used to be compared to what it is now.
Pitch the idea.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just based on what they've been able to put together on their own.
Sure.
It would be child's play to put together those shows.
So you're wanting them to do like the battle shows?
Sure, why not?
Well, I guess the question would be, why would they? Why would they even want to?
I don't know. Why do they do their own? Well, I mean, they don't anymore, but why do they put on their own shows for so long?
Because it was fucking fun. I don't know.
Right, it was.
I'm with you, man. I'm just being silly. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they. I don't know. Dude. So, yeah, no. So when one that I played. This is so long ago, but if it wasn't sold out, it was about as close as you can get. Who were the bands on it? 13 Days was on it. Fucking Inimical, I want to say, was on it. A band called Elusive. I don't know if you remember them, but they were big at the time. I wonder if I can find this lineup.
Oh.
STL Sound. Holy shit. I forgot about that. There's another magazine. There was a big deal to get on the cover or be mentioned in it. I don't even know if they're around anymore. I don't think they are. I haven't heard about them in such a long time. Fuck, man. I wish I could remember that lineup. It is going to drive me fucking nuts. I'm not going to be able to find it. But anyway, dude, it was a bunch of fucking huge bands. And it was like every band tried to sell as many tickets as they could. So it was packed. And I want to say it was the year that 13 Days won, and which was the last year that they actually had the winner play the big main stage, open the big main stage.
Oh, I don't think I went to a Pointfest where they played the main stage. I've seen where they
twice.
did the side stage.
No, it happened more than. Hold on, dude. My memory is shit, if you can't tell. Pointfest. It's always fun to go to the Pointfest Wikipedia page if you haven't. Try it sometime. Here it is. So it would have been Pointfest. Let me see here. Pointfest 9, hosted by Matt Pinfield of MTV. Who knew? Pointfest 11. Want to know who headlined?
Give it to me.
Chili Peppers.
Really?
Pointfest 12, May 21st, 2000. Slipknot and Mudvayne were scheduled to perform, but canceled on the day of the show for unknown reasons. 311, The Boss Tones, Everclear, Our Lady Peace, Goldfinger, Blue October, Toadies. God damn, that's a lineup. MXPX.
Dude.
Pointfest
Slipknot and Mudvayne were supposed to headline, like dual headline that show.
I guess it just says they were supposed
on
to
top
play
of all
it.
that. Holy crap!
Yeah, Pointfest
13. Remember Everclear? I loved Everclear.
I'm not a fan, but I do appreciate them because they wrote some hits. Father of Mine. Pointfest 13, Weezer, Run DMC, Stain, Fuel, Our Lady Peace, Toadies, Alien Ant Farm, Head PE, Puddle of Mud, Tantric, Cold, Saliva, and Monster Magnet. Dude, these lineups are out of
Alien Ant Farm. I was a fan, but is there any other band that made it as big as they did because of a cover song?
It's hard to say. No, I'm probably not.
No. They did have other songs on that album that I liked, but
Framing Hanley, maybe. There you get as big as Alien Ant Farm.
That's a good call, actually.
I only said that because we played with them quite a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't seem happy.
All those guys, super nice guys, except the lead singer. Pointfest 14. I remember this one. I remember this one for sure because it's the one that Story of the Year played when they were still called Big Blue Monkey, and that's how they essentially got discovered by John Feldman because he was on the show playing with Goldfinger. So this lineup, and for those Story of the Year fans that didn't know that story, yeah, I didn't make that up, by the way. Seven Dust,
Hang on.
Our Lady Peace.
Can you give me a little more on that? So, okay. Is that the lead singer of Goldfinger?
Yes. He's the one that produced Story of the Year's first record. So the story goes is that at that Pointfest, they got onto his bus and left their DVD on there, which was just basically, it was all their music, live shows, and then just them being silly gooses.
Before they became Story of the Year.
Yeah. Before. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Seven Dust, Our Lady Peace, The Executioners, Hoobastank, Real Big Fish, Tenacious D, Local H, Goldfinger, Unwritten Law, The Apex Theory, Dashboard Confessional, Lost Prophets, Third Strike, Ash, Green Whale, Pressure 4-5.
Dude.
And Big Blue Monkey. Oh, yeah. Karashi was on that. Do you remember that band?
Mm-mm.
Okay. We're going to look them up before the show's over. Okay. Here's where it starts. Pointfest 15. New Empire was the local band contest winner, which earned a spot in the lineup. Now, they did not open the main stage, but it was the first year. So New Empire. Do you know who that is? Do you remember that band?
Mm-mm.
Jesus H. Christ. Stained, Head PE, Breaking Benjamin, Cold, The Used, All American Rejects, Seether, Trapped, Finch, Ra, Smile Empty Soul, Cabo, and New Empire. Those are good lineups, man.
Dude.
Pointfest 16, June 5th, 2004. The Von Bondies were scheduled to perform, but failed to arrive due to problems with their tour bus. The Urge, Breaking Benjamin, Papa Roach, Story of the Year, Lit, Sugar Cult, Flaw, Thornley, The Adored, Crossfade, Apartment 26, Modern Day Zero, Shaman's Harvest, and Adair. So I guess Adair would have been the local winner, or were they already signed by then? I think they were already signed by then.
Do you remember Sugar Cult?
I do. I like Sugar Cult.
I just listened to.
And that's also
the other
fucking
day.
kick-ass band name.
Yeah.
I love that band name. I always wanted to name my band Sugar Wolf, but no one had the balls to do it. Sugar Wolf. Be on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, and the heading says, "Come feel the sweet bite of Sugar Wolf." Dude,
here you go.
I had it figured out. No one listened to me. Pointfest 17. The Xyz were scheduled to perform, but did not play due to an illness. Trust Company was also scheduled, but canceled their performance amid personal issues with band members and their record label. They officially announced their breakup a couple months later. Breaking Benjamin, Mudvayne, Story of the Year. I remember this one because I remember Mudvayne playing at night, and the lead singer gave this like really long speech about the war and like soldiers and shit, and everybody went like there were people crying. Breaking Benjamin, Mudvayne, Story of the Year, Modern Day Zero, Sum 41, Unwritten Law, love Unwritten Law. Do you like Unwritten Law?
I know what was their biggest?
Seeing Red.
Yes. Yep.
Great fucking band. And they have a lot of really great songs besides that one. That is a good song. And that singer is really good. He's actually, I was just thinking about this the other day. I don't even know why, but maybe it was because I wanted to listen to that song. He's a really hard singer to, like, if I had to do karaoke and you said do Unwritten Law, I'd be like, fuck. He's got a really hard voice, like, to mimic.
Yeah.
He's a really good singer. Him and like the dude from the original guy from 3 Days Grace. Like, you just can't mimic that sound he does with his voice. Yeah. Really hard. Anyway, Unwritten Law, Life of Agony, American Head Charge, Blood Simple, Morningside, Ultra Blue. Oh my God, there's another local band I should have mentioned. Fucking love that band. I guess Blue? They won. Huh?
Ultra Blue? Is that who you
Ultra
said?
Blue, and then they became King Thief later.
Okay.
One of my favorite local bands of all time, easily. Totally forgot about them. I guess they won that one. I don't know. Pointfest 18. We're just going to go through all the Pointfest lineups. If you're cool with that, we'll end the show. It's fun. This is like remembering all of these is fucking crazy. Pointfest 18, May 6th, 2006. Blue October was scheduled to play, however, as a result of lead singer Justin Furstenfeld. That's his name. Furstenfeld. Broken leg, the band did not play. So this one was Coheed and Cambria, Avenged Sevenfold, Shine Down, Trapped, 10 Years, Hurt, People and Planes, Auto Vein, Rock Kills Kid, Bullets and Octane. Fuck, I forgot about them too. 18 Visions, Damone, and 360 Smile. I guess 360 Smile was the winner. Yes, they were. Pointfest 19, August 5th, 2006. Stained, Breaking Benjamin, Hurt, Blue October, 3 Days Grace, Buck Cherry, Evans Blue, Blackstone Cherry, and Inimical Drive. I guess they won. That year. I don't know. Pointfest 20. So this is the one. Lie is the main stage winner.
So hang on. So what do you, when you're naming these, this isn't all the bands that played the shows, right? This is just like, right? Like that's not all the bands that were on the show, is it?
Yeah.
So what year did they start doing like the 29 bands for $29 thing?
I'm getting there, homie. God, let me get through the lineups, would you?
Okay. Okay, sorry, man.
No, Pointfest 20. Lie was the main stage winner, so that was the first year they had the winner open up the main stage, and it was fucking cool. Lie was awesome. Do you know who Lie is?
Is it? How do you spell that? Is it Lye?
Yep.
Okay, I know. I remember the name.
Really fucking good metal band, dude. So the main stage was Lie, Red Romance. I have no idea who that is. Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Wolf Mother, and the Killers.
I was there for that show.
So was I. Side stages, Bull for My Valentine, Say Anything, Modern Day Zero, Papa Roach, The X's, Flyleaf, Smile Empty Soul, Dropping Daylight. Dropping Daylight was a good one. Auto Vein, Medina Lake, Blackpool Lights, Straight Light Run, Operator, Defunct, In Fear and Faith. Good old In Fear and Faith, man.
I was there for that show as well.
Local bands, Ava Wait, The New Embrace, In Fear and Faith, Dead by Tuesday, Bi-Level, Murder in a Tuxedo. God, I forgot about them. One of my favorite St. Louis bands of all
Bi-Level
time.
played Pointfest? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Murder in a Tuxedo was so good. Cavo, Shaman's Harvest, Sonic Reducer, 360 Smile, and Arrhythma. Pointfest 21. September 30th, 2007. Head PE was originally scheduled to play, but they were removed from the lineup. The band cited issues getting one of their members a passport to make it back from their European dates. Reported issues were linked to the members' past encounters with law enforcement officials. Main stage, Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace, Seether, Finger 11. Was originally scheduled to play, but the lead singer lost his voice. And 13 Days was the last main stage winner. They no longer let bands open up the big stage after 13 days. I played this Pointfest. Iron Age Studios stage, Copperview, The Daybreak Boys, 12 Stones, Evans Blue, Hurt, Saliva, Chevelle. The Main Street Bistro stage, Shaman's Harvest, La Push, Sick Puppies, The Starting Line, Mute Math, Sum 41. And then the Pops local band stage, Behind the Blindfold, Brook Royal's first show, one of their first shows, Derailed, Blinded Black, Elusive, Soul Descenders, Social Slave, Leo. So this was the year. So this year was the final that we were in that I was talking about. Like it was like almost sold out. It was probably sold out. So it would have been us, Elusive, Social Slave, in 13 days. So Inimical wasn't on it. I thought they were, and that it most certainly almost sold out. Pops, you with me still?
I am. I'm enjoying this.
Pointfest 22. Atreyu was scheduled to play the main stage, but they were forced to cancel because the band's flight from Los Angeles was grounded. Sick Puppies canceled due to a death in a family. Blind Melon was scheduled to play the Jägermeister stage, but the band canceled. Main stage, Surge, Tankian, Shinedown, Killswitch Engage, and Filter. The New Amsterdam stage, Coheed and Cambria, Hurt, Ludo, 10 Years, Red, Safety Suit, and Cavo. The Jägermeister stage.
I forgot about them.
Finger 11, Copperview, Cavo, Theory of a Dead Man, Scary Kids, Scaring Kids, and Luca Rossi.
Forgot about them too. Scary Kids, Scaring Kids.
Yep. I had run-ins with them and they were all good. Those guys like to party. Pop's local stage, Iron Fist Delusion, The New Translation, Soul Descenders, Sunday But Summer, Course of Nature, Strychnine Hollow, Bare Knuckle Conflict, Feed the Flame, Inimical Drive, Never My Silence, and Fivefold. I want to say that New Translation was the winner that year. 23. Seether, Shinedown, Puddle of Mud, Bullet for My Valentine. Now we're getting kind of to like the same bands every year, right?
This was,
We're kind of getting
I
there,
think,
right?
this was the year that the Point said that they would never have Puddle of Mud play a Point Fest again.
Do you know why?
Yeah,
Tell me.
because he came out of his freaking mind, and he played one song and thought the show was done, and they had to bring him back out on stage.
Yeah, it happens. It's either Shinedown, Puddle of Mud, Bullet for My Valentine, Apocalyptica. The Upright Animals, Ava Wait, Miser, Copperview, Sick Puppies, Local H, Story of the Year, Redline Chemistry, Brook Royal, Black Tide, Saving Abel, Ludo, The Pop Stage, Ready the Cannons, Telltale Heart, 12 Summers Old, another great local band that I forgot about, Soul Descenders, Minutes Till Midnight, Everyday Drive, Pointfest 24. The Offspring, Chevelle, Taking Back Sunday, Sick Puppies, The Used. This is the one that New Translation won. New Translation, Inimical Drive, Parlor Mob, Head PE, Cabo, Amber Lynn, Ludo. The Black Stage, Street Dogs, Greek Fire, Framing Hanley, Shiny Toy Guns, Hurt, Blue October. The Local Stage, Isabella, Killer Me, Killer You, Sunday But Summer, Arrhythma, Opposites Attack, All Fall Down, Fer-de-Lance, Stone Dog Diaries, Defiance Point, Amaranth, and The Gorge. So that Killer Me, Killer You, that Point Fest, it was only our third show ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Played 2 shows out of town. No, we played 1 show in town and then 1 show out of town, and then we played Point Fest. Yeah.
Which again, you were on the pop stage.
Yeah.
So, but again, that was when you would have a big crowd for pop stage, right?
You saw video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen those stages lately?
No, I don't want to be depressed, man.
Man, they're not good.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. No one knew who we were. However, we did do good at that one, and it was crowded. It was. I remember that one vividly. Yeah. But we were given a gift by being on that Point Fest. We weren't supposed to be on it. We were given a favor, and then in order to return that favor, we had to do the battle the following year for the following Point Fest. And we did, and here's what's on the Point Fest Wikipedia stage.
Well, hang on before you do that. Why was your favor that you had to give back being you had to do the battle? Is it because you sold so well for the battle, or?
No, it's because we hadn't battled yet, and we played a Point Fest. That typically wasn't how it worked.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So the following Point Fest was Point Fest 25. This is what Wikipedia says. Point Fest 25 was on August 23rd, 2009, and boasted 35 bands for $35. Killer Me, Killer You won the Pops battle to open Point Fest and greeted the crowd at 10 a.m. by showering them with Pop-Tarts for breakfast. Douchebags. Main stage, Our Lady Peace, Atreyu, Chevelle, Shinedown, Stained, Killer Me, Killer You, Burn Halo, Billy Boy on Poison, Brook Royal, Living Things, Trapped, Hollywood Undead, Copperview, Veer Union, Hailstorm, Evans Blue, All That Remains, Street Sweeper Social Club. That's when I met Tom Morello and almost pissed my pants.
Dude, Copperview played a lot of Point Fest, didn't they?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Good fucking band, dude.
They were a good band.
Aranda, Janice. God, I forgot about Janice. Redline Chemistry, Luca Brasi, Shaman's Harvest, Messy. I don't know who that is. Pop Stage, Elusive, Iron Fist Illusion, Make Me, Break Me, Life Among the Dead, Strategy, Final Drive, From Mars to Venus, Arrhythma, Persona Crown, Exit 714, and Seance. Point Fest 26, 3 Days Grace, Seether, Papa Roach, Coheed and Cambria, Saliva. Side stages, Hollywood Undead, Story of the Year, Janice, Brook Royal, Crash Kings, Flowbots, Motion City Soundtrack, Shaman's Harvest, Greek Fire, Autovane, Jonathan Tyler and the Northern Lights, Pop's Nightclub winner, Opposites Attack.
What year was this?
2010. Pop's local stage, Delta, Inimical Drive, Option Control, Count the Lies, Make Me Break Me, Sonic Candy, From Skies of Fire, Killer Me, Killer You, Fivefold, Break These Walls, Break Dances with Wolves. Yeah, dude. So as we get further into these, like all of the main stage bands are kind of like the same revolving door of butt rock bands with a few kind of mixed in there. But Pointfest 27, Hurt, Flyleaf, Puddle of Mud, Stone Sour, Avenged Sevenfold. Sonic Candy, My Darkest Days.
That might have been, that was probably the, were you at this one? Do you know?
I was.
That Avenged played it. That was wasn't that right after the Nightmare, or is that what the album was called? Nightmare? Is that right after that album came out?
Who are you talking about? Avenged?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest Avenged Sevenfold follower.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because they dropped that doll from the rafters. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Who?
It was like hanging by the noose.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Pop's local stage. This is kind of fun to do now. Me Versus You, Outrageous, Option Control, Last Night's Vice. Last Night's Vice is another really good local band I forgot about. Opposites Attack, Killer Me, Killer You, Fer-de-Lance, The Gorge, Parallel 33, Break These Walls, and Sick Faced.
So you got a lot of the same local bands playing each year too, right?
Let's see what the following low. So the next year, the local bands are Something Heroic, Gateway Getaway, Corvus, Seance, Deny the Gravity, Opposites Attack, From Skies of Fire, Hollow Point Heroes, Fivefold, and Connable Road. Pointfest 30. Where the fuck are the local bands? Oh, Iron Fist Delusion, Make Me Break Me, Carthage, Outcome of Betrayal, Midnight Hour, Hollow Point Heroes, Strategy, 30-6, From Skies of Fire, Laurie's Puppets, Between the Rivers, Tear Out the Heart. Oh, yeah, that's when. Interesting. So let's see. Pointfest 31, River City Sound, Fivefold, Love Me, Leave Me, Broke Neck, Mercury Descends, 7-Year Nightmare, Make Me Break Me. Pointfest 32, Pez, Odom, Midnight Hour, Evading Azrael, Space Train, Facing Infamy, The Weekend Routine. The next year, Nervous Pudding, Soundtrap, Hollow Point Heroes, Rev Nation, City of Parks. Next year, The Hush List, City of Parks, Conquer As They Come, Disguise the Limit. Notice how the list is getting smaller and smaller. It's a bummer, dude. What fucking happened?
Quite a bit bigger after that, right? At least for a little bit.
I would say yes. I don't know. All right. I think I've worn out my welcome on this Wikipedia page. Anything else we want to talk about before we get out of here, since we spent 45 minutes talking about Pointfest? This just in, QB Lamar Jackson out Sunday against the Bears. Tyler Huntley will start.
I did not know who their backup was.
Drop him from your fantasy team, bro.
Yeah, I guess we could talk football a little bit.
I don't want to.
No?
Football's just toying with my emotions all fucking year.
Football is not good this year.
What do you mean?
I've had several weeks where I've only had like 6 wins. And it's not just me. It's like, there
have been some weird wins, that's for sure.
Sports analysts are, getting a lot of these games wrong. But they're weird ones, man.
I can just tell you that if we lose to the Lions today, I'm going to set myself on fire. So
I hope you don't lose
also
to the Lions.
Baker Mayfield is starting.
Well, that's good, right? No. How long do you want him to sit? How long do you want him to sit?
He's going to die on the football field. He's got one arm, one leg, one foot.
Against Detroit, he can probably win with one arm, one leg.
Why is Case Keenum the highest paid backup in the NFL if you're not going to play him in a situation where you're playing a bad team and your quarterback's banged up?
That's a good point.
Kind of a no-brainer. You just play Case Keenum. I love Baker Mayfield's heart. I love his desire to be on the field and help his team win. But fuck me, you're going to die on the football field, bro. Like, same thing. Like, I don't think Kareem Hunt's going to be back today. But he's the same. It's this, like, without him in the lineup, the Browns are a different team because he's a guy that'll get you the extra 2 yards you need every time. But he also does it as a price. Like that extra hit he takes, that extra leap he makes, the extra tumble, like it's going to be career ending one of these times. I just think it's just, I don't know. With him, it's different.
They can only go so many years doing that stuff. And then it's like, there's a breaking point. And I literally mean breaking point.
Correct. You finally finished Dave season 2.
I did.
Tell me about it. Let me ask you this. No, don't tell me about it. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How much of that is autobiographical?
I can say that I hope there's a lot that's not, because that show got pretty fucking weird for a minute. I really wasn't a fan of any of that. Like there was a couple of parts where I almost said, I'm done. I almost bailed out.
Which parts, Colt? Tell us. What made you uncomfortable?
Oh, I don't know. Sticking bubble gum up your butt and all this. It was that storyline was weird. I don't know why they did that. It was weird. Now, something that was weird, and I'm not trying to give anything away, but something that was weird, but I kind of was interested in was the whole storyline with like him dealing with his inner self kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about, in that white room?
Yes.
It was really weird, but it was kind of cool.
I liked it.
Kind of like fighting himself, his like inner demons, I guess you'd consider it.
Yeah. I liked it. But
yeah, there was some weird stuff that almost made me bail, but I powered through it. And I think the ending was really cool.
So aside from the weird stuff, what about him just being a giant prick? Do you think he's really like that? I guess my point is this. Like, if you're not really like that, why write that into the story of Dave and Lil Dicky as fiction? Like, I feel like it has to be somewhat true. Like, I feel like he is trying to, I guess what I'm saying is in the show, he's trying to apologize for he's trying to use the show to apologize for previous behavior or interactions with people. Or it's a show and I'm reading into it way too much.
No, I get it. That could be what he's doing. I know that if I was in that position and I had been that big of a dickhead to several people, I don't know that I would want to relive that by making it into the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And really showing like what his true colors actually are. Because I mean, literally through the entire season, up until the very last like 3 minutes of the show, he was kind of a dick.
Yeah, very much so. So I know I was texting you throughout it as I was actually watching it, when the show was actually on, unlike you who waited months, but
wow.
I was just texting you like, this guy's a dick. Like if this is really him, then he's a dick. I would hate to be around him, but
I will tell you something that I did do. And I know I probably should have bought it, but I didn't. I did download a few Gata songs, like that checkup song from the show.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like Gata. He's the best part of the show.
Yeah, I do like him.
He's easily the best part of the show. He's the most endearing character in the show also. Like,
I think Andrew Santino is a good addition to that show too.
Yeah, he's good at it. Yeah. Anyway, well, good luck to your Broncos. They don't play today. They have a bye week.
Okay, I thought they had a bye. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know why I said good luck and I knew they had a bye. I'm an idiot. Let's go.
Hey, this could be the best week.
There you go.
We can't lose this week, right?
We need a bye. Bad.
Well, listen,
Bad.
Detroit already has solidified that they have one game they didn't lose this year. So hopefully let's not make it 2.
I hope so.
So good luck to your Browns.
Thank you.
And hopefully Baker Mayfield doesn't die.
Yes. And me, because if they lose, I will set myself on fire. You'll see the news headline. Let's go.
Let's go back and get some action. Live it up and get damaged. Yes, we want the satisfaction.